Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about making char cloth, and I'm going to show you how I make it in two different ways. One is using a camp stove, and then the second is using a fire, like a campfire. Cool, so what we're going to learn then is basically turning this piece of towel, okay, it's like a 100% cotton towel that I've cut up into strips, okay, into our lovely char cloth. Cool, let's get into it.
Okay then folks, what we're going to need then to make char cloth from a stove is some sort of metal tin with a lid, and then some 100% cotton material. Now I've used an old bath towel, but you can use like denim, cotton sheeting. As long as it's 100% cotton, that's going to be fine. Then I've got my Leatherman wave tool here, with like an awl, a hole making device basically, and that's locked in, so that's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so that, and then obviously a gas stove. So this is my Soto Windmaster, and the reason why I've chose this is because it's got an adjustable valve. All right, because that's going to be really important, because you don't want this on full gas at all. You will just want a flicker of a flame, all right, when you put your tin on. All right, and then these four big prongs, all right, to help secure the tin in place. All right, it's not going to fall off or go anywhere, but it's just rather than just like two prongs or three, okay, four's better because you get more support all around the tin, as you'll see. Okay, cool. Let's get it going.
All right then, folks. Okay, so what we're going to do then, we're going to get our tin and open it up. So as you can see, it's got a hinge on it. All right, this is what you're after. Okay, no material inside or anything like a seal or anything like that. All right, because you don't want to set that on fire. Okay, it's just a pure raw tin. Okay, so what we're going to do then is put our cotton material, that's going to be char, okay, inside. Now you can see how it's not rammed. All right, I haven't chucked loads in. I've only got 4 pieces. Okay, but that will, in the charring process, that will reduce down, okay, to size. Right, so you don't want to tin anything smaller than this, really. Okay, then all I'm going to simply do, close over the tin. Happy with that. And then with my multi-tool, I'm going to literally making a hole in the tin, like so. Pressing it down, keep screwing it in a drill-like motion. There we go, that's in. So now you can see there's a hole gone all the way through. All right, and that's to allow the gases escape. All right, when the charring is in process. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, not too much. Okay, cool. So that's it. Literally, that's the size there. There we are. Okay, so that's that done. So that's ready to go. That's it. Simple as that. Okay, so you've got your char material inside. Close it over, and you're good to go. So what we're going to do then, we're going to turn on the gas stove. Okay, very low, like I say, get the gas going. There we go. Alright, so we're now literally going to turn it down as low as it goes. It's about as low there. Okay, and put our yellow gloves on, because obviously we don't want to burn ourselves over the flame. Okay, try and get it the whole central over the flame. There we go. And now what's going to happen, okay, is you're going to start seeing smoke coming out this hole as the gas is escaping. Right, but inside it's literally cooking inside. Here we go. Now smoke might come around the edges as well, okay, and around the hinges, that's fine. Now you can start to see smoke coming out the hole. You might see a flame come out the hole as well. That's perfectly fine. And then what we're waiting for is for all the smoke to go, and no smoke coming out of the hole at all or around the tin. Okay, and then we know it's cooked. Alright, and all we simply do is remove it off and let it cool down. Or turn the stove off, sorry. Remove the tin and let it cool down. This will take about five or 6 minutes. Okay, I might fast forward the video. Alright, so you're not just looking at a tin smoking. Alright, here we go. So this is perfectly fine. This is what you're looking for.
So there now you can get a closer look in. This is all the charring process happening now. Oh, so you don't want that gas stove on a massive flame. Nice and low. Yeah, and the tin might catch fire just a little bit. It's perfectly fine, but it'll go out. It's just the gas is escaping. And there you go. You can see now straight through the hole. It's like a little chimney. Yeah, the can will, or the tin can will, obviously change colour as it heats up.
Okay, so now that's stopped smoking, then all we simply do, we put our gloves on, turn off the gas, remove the tin, let that cool down. Okay then folks, so the tin's cooled down. Okay, and let's have a look. This is what we're after. Perfect. One piece, two piece, when you do this, just be careful when it might stick. So you want to be just very carefully take them apart. Oh, it's got a bit of shiny stuff off the tin, but it'll still work. Cool. Happy with that. Okay folks, that's it then. That's making char cloth with a camp stove. I hope you found it useful. Now we're going to move on to making char cloth with a campfire. Okay then folks, so I've lit the campfire, I've let it burn down a little bit, okay, because what you don't want is high flames, okay, when you're putting your tin in. Alright. Okay, so right, what I've done is I've got an old shemag and I've cut up pieces of shemag. Okay, so it's 100% cotton shemag. Alright, just to practice really, in case I do need to make char cloth out of my shemag that I'm on, or that I've got with me, yeah, just to try it out, see how it goes. Cool. So I've got about 4 pieces there. Okay, and let's just pop this in then, so we can see that's in there. Close the tin, and then I'm going to put my gloves on. Okay, so I'm aiming to get it around here now, okay, in the coals. Right, so it should be a matter of case of, there we go. So that should heat up nicely, because that's been going a while now, the campfire. tin's already started to smoke. Okay, that's the can now stop smoking. So I'm very quickly going to remove it and place it on my table. Cool. Now I'm just going to let that cool down. Alright then folks, so that tin now has cooled down. Okay, let's have a look. Wow. So you can really see how that's shrunk down, but it has worked. Okay, there's 4 pieces there, so there's 2 small and 2 big. Okay, and they've all stuck together. So what I would do now, I'll just leave that as is. Okay, and use that as one. All right, so you get maximum. Because if you break it down too much, it should be okay actually. So you can see first piece, very thin. Second piece, and then these 2 big pieces. It's quite difficult to see the separation. So I've never tried this before with a shemag. Ah, here we go. And there we are. So there's the 2. Very thin. So yeah, if I was going to do this for real, I would use it all together. Unless, you know, I suppose I could fold that there over the bigger pieces. But yeah, they are super thin. But yeah, cool. Now let's have a try lighting these pieces with a ferro rod. Let's have a go. Okay, so here's my ferrocerium rod and striker. Let's have a test. Yep, that works. Cool. Okay. So I'll go with the first big bit then. In fact, so yeah. So that's it. That's it unfolded. Okay, but I'm going to fold it over to make it a little bit thicker. Let's have a go. Wow. Oh, that is cool. Wow, that burns very quickly. Don't know if you can see that, but that is seriously burning. Okay, so that's the shemag. I'd have to put gloves on to put that into my bird's nest. But yeah, that is definitely flammable. That's cool. Right. Pop that in the fire. Okay, so now I'm going to try a piece of the towel that I had from earlier. Okay, so remember this bit. Hopefully that doesn't burn as quick. But that's an interesting experiment. Put this in out the wind. Okay, so here we go then. Piece of towel that I made up earlier. Same technique. There's a piece on there, I think. There we go. Then take a lot. There we go, I've just blown on it. See that there? That's a lot slower burn. Or granted, it was only one spark, but yeah, you can see that. So that's great. That's it for this video then, folks. I hope you found it useful and interesting. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.